Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Have you ever wondered what games you should sell or you should use? Find out here at Purge Reviews. Find out on our top 10 list what games you cannot miss. Don't forget to subscribe to Purge Reviews.
Nefarious by Donald X. Vaccarino of Dominion fame. I take it that this is maybe a first edition of the game. I think it came in a little smaller, different package later on. In this game, you are a mad scientist, and you have some assistants that look like Igor helping you build inventions, mad scientist inventions to get victory points. The components are fine. There's a lot of air in this box, so if you need oxygen, buy this game. The components are fine. Some things are flimsier than others. I don't like big old rule books that bend like this. The game is just very basic. And it kind of has a nerd theme on it, I think. And it's not going to fit what a board gamer is going to be looking for. I think it'll be a little too light for that. It's a fine game. It's a fun game. It has some luck in it, and some take that, absolutely. And you can your Igors give you points for what other people are doing, or money, and that's fun. And there's good in this game. I think this game's unfairly judged. With that said, it's a purge for me. I had fun playing it. I don't know that I want to play it a lot, but I would recommend this game for a certain type of people, which I'll get into and who should buy this game. So I don't think this game is without value, even if it's not necessarily for me that I want to play. I mean, this game was close to for me keeping. At some point, this review process is supposed to help me get rid of games. It's supposed to help me purge the ones I'm not going to play. It started out as me just talking and writing things up for my own memory, and now it's evolved to what I'm giving you now. And I just feel like this is a game I got to make a hard cut on. It has its purpose and its place. I could bring people into gaming with this game. If I invited some people from church, I could play a game for the first time. This could be something they could enjoy. But it's not where I'm at as a gamer. I get bored with it, and I'm not really sure the best player of the game wins every time. And I'm not stating whether I won or lost. I'm just saying I'm not sure the best player wins, because you're also getting scores for what your opponents are doing. And if you know the people on your left and right are going to make bad decisions, perhaps you get more money. I think that's minor. I don't make a bigger point out of that than it is. But Nefarious, the Mad Scientist game, has a wonderful theme. It's a good to pretty good little gateway game. But it's not going to be a game for me, so Purge. Okay, here is the box for Nefarious. This is going to be, pretty big, regular sized board game box. And you're going to be playing the Mad Scientist game. I'm just going to show you the components really quickly. You're going to get a rule book that opens up rather large with some small font. It's just a few pages, not a whole lot of pictures. Doesn't matter, a few more there. The game is pretty simple. This is going to be just notes about cards here. You're going to get these player boards, at least in the version I have. And those two versions, they're all the same. And they just kind of tell you what you do in your turns and where you put your minions. This is completely useless down here. You're going to get some chips that will represent money. They come in different sizes and colors for denominations. And they're fairly nice. You are going to get some minions in different colors. Supposed to look kind of hunchback, if you will. Kind of weird looking, but neat, I suppose. And you will get a bunch of cards. You will get these extra cards, which you play one per turn, and they will break the rules in certain ways. And they're way too big and floppy and nice. And I like these. These are nice. And then you're going to get the main cards of the game. The inventions really don't have a whole lot of artwork on them. So everybody will get a set of these, which is going to be the cards. You're going to play one of these each round. Very generic, but it's really nice that they tell you what they do on the bottom. That's great. And then you're going to have the inventions that you're going to have. And at least in this version, this is the artwork style that you have. Probably not the best one to show you. Here's the blinding ray. If I guessed, I would probably say this is a bunch of different artists. The style doesn't seem to be too consistent. And what you do, these icons are not very difficult. So you can make a slime ray, the earthquake Twitter, and you get tons of these. Tons. Way more than you'll ever need for a single game. So lots of variety. Let me show you what the back looks like. Kind of like a generic blueprint, because that's what they are. They're blueprints when you're building them. And this, you'll see these with different colored backs depending on what color you are for your 4 player cards. And that's pretty much the components. They're fairly well. These cards aren't the best quality in the world, but not terrible by any stretch. I do like the minions. Those are kind of cool. And you don't have paper money. You have little cardboards, different sizes for colorblind people, which is great. A little bit for everybody. And that's Nefarious. You do get a much bigger box than you will ever need for this game. The rules are going to be this large rule book that kind of bends over. Maybe just my copy bends over. You're going to have a very wordy inside. Lots of blue. This blue probably wasn't the best decision to make. Some pictures inside. The game is pretty easy. I mean, there's some icons, but I mean, they're so easy to pick up on. And this is going to be an entry-level game. The components are good, but the rules are very clear. I was able to understand the game fairly quickly, maybe through the simplicity of the game. The rulebook perhaps a little bit longer than it needs to be, but it got the job done. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of Nefarious. You're trying to get 20 victory points. The way the game works is on your turn you will play one of 4 worker cards. I'll go over what each of them do. This is speculate. Doesn't matter which one you pay. And you pay the cost to put a minion on an investment area. And it's printed right here on the thing. So it's 0 to go here, 2 to go here, 1 to go here, and 1 to go here. And all you do is you play this card. Everybody will simultaneously reveal. And you will place your minion where you want, and you will pay the amount of money. The reason why you want to do that is because if you have a guy on invent, and the person to your left or right, think of 7 Wonders, plays an invent card, you get $1 for it. So if you had 2 people here, you would get $2, and so on and so on. And you can spread it out over these different things. Just you can only play 1 person per time you play the speculate card. And you just have to pay the cost. Okay, that's that. 2 is you're going to build an invention. Build 1 invention card. And you'll have a number of these face up. The top is how much money it costs to build it. And then you will usually get a number of victory points. Some of them don't have any power, some of them do. So this means that everybody else has to lose an invention card. This one means everybody else has to lose $2. You lose $2. And some of them will be pluses. The arrows at me, it means me. I get $1 for every minion I have out. So now I would get $2 for this. 5 victory points, and everybody else loses 3, and I lose 3. This one, I gain $8, but it's only worth 2 victory points. I'll just show you a couple more. Everybody else gains a minion. They can immediately put on the board for free. As do I. It's worth 3 victory points, but that only costs $4 to build. Not too shabby. This one costs $10, gives me 3 victory points, and I get a card for every blueprint I have. It costs me $11 for the invisibility ray, 3 victory points. Everybody else loses a minion off their board, has to come off, and I get $4. So there's a lot of different variety there, things you can do. So that's how that one works. That's invent. For research, I get $2 and I get to draw a card to put in my hand. It doesn't go down and trigger the victory points until I can build it. But that is how I get a little bit of money and then I draw an invention card. Remember, you also get money because you'll have your minions out when somebody else plays the card. And then the last one is work. You just get $4. That's all you do. Very simple. You're going to play 1 to 4 cards. You're either going to pay to put minions out. You're going to build one of these, get $2, and draw one of these into your hand, or you get $4. That's everything in the game. Very simple to learn, and a very good gateway game. Who should buy this game? If you're in a church and you try to get people to play with you, this would be a fun little game. Most people know Mad Scientist right off the bat. They get it. They get the theme. It makes sense to them. The game is light. And for a lot of gamers, that means a bad game. That does not mean the case here. This is not a bad game. Even if I'm going to purge it, it's not a game for me. I tend to have played so many games. I'm looking for something new and something bigger, and this kind of gets my wheels turning. This game doesn't do that. You need to start building what's in your hand as quickly as possible and get those points, because they're going to have powers that are going to help you later on. This game has a purpose and a place in our industry. I would tell you, if you're at a con and you have 30 minutes to blow, find this game. See if you can use this game as a gateway to bring gamers into gaming. If you know somebody who loves Mad Scientist kind of theme, the Frankenstein kind of thing, they may really enjoy this. So give this one a shot. Although I'm not going to tell you to run out and purchase it. It's going to be a purge for me. Nefarious, the Mad Scientist game.